All right. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us on tonight's team call. We have a lot of new coaches, yay, that signed up last week with the Let's Get Up coach launch. So, for our team calls, I always just do announcements, and then we usually have either a guest speaker or one of our own girls, and Jessica will be speaking tonight. So for announcements, and it's always the same time, 8:30, Tuesday nights, once in a blue moon, like if I'm like traveling or something, it might change. And it's the same link always, same link, same password that if you're on, you know it. So like save it in your notes on your phone. That way every Tuesday you can just go there. And I'll show you some places in the team page where you can find things as well. So for announcements, we announced this last week too. They're doing combined shipping. So if you notice, like if you go to your teambeachbody.com, go to your orders on your when you log in, you can see that you can have things shipping at the same time. So if you have your Shakeology shipping at $2, you can add anything else in and your shipping is just going to be $2. So that's really awesome. So obviously, if you're getting your Energize and your Recover, make sure it ships on the same date is just going to be more cost effective for you. So corporate is still doing, obviously, because it's April, May, and June, the Take Action Challenge. And if you guys don't know, Jenna won the free trip to somewhere in Mexico. And then I think Jen won like what, $100 or $500, something. So they're definitely like obviously giving away these prizes. So corporate is just running this really cool like prize for you doing your freaking job, right? In addition to earning a paycheck. So what do you have to do to take action in this challenge? Use your daily activity tracker, and I'll show the new coaches how you can find that in your Coach Online office. Invite people to your BOD group and add new participants into your BOD group. Each time you engage in these activities, you earn entries into a weekly drawing. The more activities you do, the more entries you can earn. So what are they giving away? They're giving away $500. $100 winners. They're doing 4-night stays at Hard Rock. They're doing 4-night stays at Unico. That's what Jenna won. They're giving away Team Beachbody apparel. They're giving away private virtual workouts with a Beachbody super trainer. They're giving away private team calls with Carl. And then each month they're giving away one My X Fitness bike. And I don't think did they give that away yet? No. I'll be interested to see who gets it. Hopefully it's one of us. That'd be freaking awesome. So let me stop my screen sharing and I'll show you guys that are new, and my mouse just disappeared. Thank you, Apple. Give me 1 second. There we go. You think I would get the hang of this after a million times? There we go. Man, my mouse keeps disappearing on me. That's the worst. Does that happen to you guys?
It does every once in a while on my Mac.
Yeah, it's a damn Mac. Okay. Here we go. All right. So if you are logged into your Coach Online office, you can also access this on your phone. Go to coach.teambeachbody.com. If you're just like on the home screen in your Coach Online office and you click on Grow My Business, it's the same tab as always, but it will look like that normally. And then you're just going to go here, Daily Activity Tracker. So Grow My Business and Daily Activity Tracker. These are the things that you should be doing every single day. New coaches don't like freak out. Start with the basics. The first thing, do your workout and drink your Shakeology or Energize or Recover, right? Like that should be a given. So with this Take Action Challenge, if you complete 50% of your tracker for the day, you just have to check it off, if you invited people, if you did your Instagram stories, Facebook, it tells you what to do every single day to grow your business. So if you fill that out every single day, you get an entry into that Take Action Challenge. And then with your Beachbody On Demand or your bod groups, you can add new people. And then when they accept, you get entries into that as well. Hopefully I didn't go through that too fast. But for you new coaches as well, in the team page, the announcements is always the team calendar, which will kind of just give you ideas on what you could be sharing on social media, anything that is a promotion for the month. So like right now we have that $20 off the Let's Get Up challenge pack and all that fun stuff. The team calls, it will be listed. So just go here to the announcements, and then the team call link and the team password is always on this calendar as well. National Wake Up Call this week was so good. So the National Wake Up Call is just a call that corporate does for us every single Monday. Everything is always recorded. The team calls are always recorded. The National Wake Up Calls, they're always recorded. You can just go here to the TBB Coach 411 page. If you haven't watched it yet, you can schedule a time later on the week. Don't have to do it now to watch it, but it was really good, all about new coaches and your coming out post and how to reach out to people that commented or liked on that post. So, and then just other information here. If you're a new coach, don't do the information overload, and we'll kind of talk about that tonight too. But definitely the first two things, the team calls and the national wake up calls, I think are something that you should make a non-negotiable if you want this to be a successful business. Also in the team page, if you haven't noticed, in any Facebook page, there's this little magnifying glass. Anything that you might have a question to, search in here first. I mean, this page has been around for almost, I would say, 6 years. I didn't start this page when I first became a coach. But any freaking answer you have, whether, can I have Shakeology when I'm pregnant or this or that, like everything is in here. So always go here first, search in the file section. There's tons of stuff. Again, don't do information overload, but if you have a question that's like on the top of your mind, you can definitely go here and get some answers. And then the last thing for announcements, just for the Let's Get Up program next week. So next Monday is going to be the customer launch, meaning like right now, only new coaches and coaches can unlock the program. Starting next Monday, May 3rd, anybody, so a customer can purchase it, calling it the VIP early access. Let's Get Up will be available to everybody that has Beachbody On Demand in the fall, meaning they don't have to unlock it to get it. We obviously want it early, so we got the VIP early access. Our team challenge groups, if you want to be in a specific challenge group just for Let's Get Up program, it's going to be Prep Week 5-3. So starting next Monday, and then official start date on the 10th. We have a Facebook group going for that and a bod group. Again, search in the team page here, and it will pop up. So you can just do like Let's Get Up challenge group, and the pages and the bod group for that will pop up, and you can get into that. So Jess is going to do the topic tonight. So I think I unlocked the thing that you can share your screen.
Okay, let me see.
For your PowerPoint.
Let's see. I know I'm so official. I have a PowerPoint.
Fancy schmancy.
And it will keep me focused, because if you guys know me, I like to just jibber jabber about a lot of other stuff that has nothing, well, has something to do with what we're talking about, but
it always has something to do with it.
Something. I'm usually on the right track. Okay, let me move you guys across the top. Okay, so awesome to see so many new coaches. I know our team's exploding. So if you guys haven't chatted with me personally, I'm Jess, just one of the Star Diamonds on the team. And I'm excited to share this with you guys tonight, because it's a perfect call if you are brand new, because we're kind of going to go over the basics of what you do as a coach. And the cool thing is like, I mean, I've been doing it for 8 years. something like that. I think that I'm coming up on 8 years. Yeah. So I've been a coach for 8 years. Holy moly. And I still do almost exactly the same things every day that I did when I was first building this business, you know. So when we talk about the vital behaviors and we talk about the things that you should be doing as a coach on a daily basis, it's really not very complicated. This business is not super complex. It's very simple. I'm not saying it's easy, right? But it's simple. And there are certain activities, like Rose was just going over, that literally what you need to do on a daily basis is right there. And if you do that and you continue to show up and share on a daily basis, day in, day out, even when life gets hard, even when you couldn't take a really good picture because you didn't love what what you were seeing that day, or whatever life throws at you, you still continue to show up and share, because what people are looking for is they're looking for consistency, and they're looking for the fact that this isn't something that you're going to do for a month here and there and then show up when it's convenient for you. Because as a coach, we have the incredible job and opportunity, but also responsibility for the people who entrust their personal wellness journey with us. We need to keep showing up for them, right? So it's the ultimate accountability factor being a coach, is that you have to practice what you preach. And if you're telling your challengers to do the nutrition plan, then guess what, guys? You should be doing the nutrition plan too. So I wanted to talk a little bit tonight about what it is that you should be sharing, because a lot of the times you hear us as coaches who are mentoring you as a new coach say, you got to share, you got to post, you got to come up with some good content. And you're like, okay, well, what? Like, what am I posting? What am I sharing? So I thought this was a good way for you guys to kind of see what are the best approaches to sharing. And I'm going to kind of get into how you're not only sharing to attract your challenger, but you're also sharing to attract your coaches, your team, your tribe, right? So, yeah, I told you I can talk. I didn't even get past screen one, and I'm talking your head off. Sorry.
I was going to say that was me text messaging you, but
I know.
short, I'm going to interject because a lot of people don't know Jess's story. I was like almost a brand new coach, like 3-4 months in. I had business cards. My social media back when I started was absolutely horrible. So I was like almost in it for like in person. She worked at Lululemon, and I went in there with business cards. In 2 minutes, I walked out because I was the biggest scaredy cat ever. And if you know my husband, he's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, get back in there, stop being a wuss, and put your damn business cards on a damn bulletin board. Like, how hard is that? So I went back in there and I was like futzing around and like trying on leggings, and this beautiful lady, Jessica, started talking to me, and I just finished the Ultimate Reset. And long story short, she was a teacher at the time. We related on every single level: poop, workouts, school life, all that stuff. She did the Ultimate Reset too, got amazing results. She posted on social media she needed a job babysitting or dog walking. She needed extra money. I said, hello, like, be a coach. And she said, okay. And ever since, she hasn't stopped. Ever since she left her teaching job and has been a full Beachbody coach. And I love telling that story because I didn't know anything back then. I had no idea. I just knew I needed to do something. And who knew, walking into a strange store and meeting a stranger? I mean, Jessica still is my biggest earning coach 8 years later. You have no idea literally where people are going to come from. And obviously God placed her in my life for a reason. And I think, we can both say that, vice versa. But if you don't have that belief that you can do this, then that person who's supposed to be on your team or supposed to be in your challenge group, they're not going to be placed in your life for a reason. You know what I mean? So it's all about just like believing that you can do it. Maybe you have no freaking idea how you're going to get there, but you're going to figure it out. So everything that Jess is going to be talking about tonight, you can figure anything out if you want it bad enough. And I'll say that over and over again. So I had No idea, but I knew I was going to figure it out. And me and Jess figured it out together. So, all right, I'm done talking, Jess. In fact,
That's okay. You just gave me an idea of something else I want to share if we have time at the end, if we don't go too late. But okay, so new coaches, you're given like kind of a hefty job at first because it can be overwhelming. You can hear us say, okay, you need to be posting on your feed, you need to commit to a program, you need to show up for calls, show up in your Instagram stories, commit to a nutrition plan. Like that at first for a brand new coach can be very overwhelming. So I'm going to simplify it a little bit for you today, hopefully. But the last one, invite others to join you. This one is where a lot of people get hung up, and I just want to elaborate a little bit on that because it goes with, I swear it goes with what I'm talking about. But when we say invite others to join you, a lot of the times the invite is where people get stuck. And the biggest reason is because inviting is not just the message that you send, it actually takes you back a couple steps. If you're not posting consistently, if you're not sharing consistently, if you're not connecting consistently with the people who are interacting with what you are posting and sharing and speaking about, then you will literally have nothing to invite to. Because when you're inviting, you are inviting the people who like and comment on what you're posting. You're inviting the people who are watching your stories. So if you're not showing up for anything for people to like, if you're not showing up for anything in stories for people to get to know you, see your personality, connect with you on other levels than just a sweaty selfie, then you literally won't be able to invite, because an invite where you're sending a cold message to someone who's never known that you have the opportunity to help them is not going to go over well. So I wanted to focus on that little purple dot, because that purple dot is your business. You know, it's everything in your business, but it's multifaceted, right? There's so many different levels to inviting. So I want to help you kind of create some content for what to share and who to share it with. All right. So, but what do I share or talk about? So in order to get people to join you, they have to know that they should. It's a common mistake to try and speak to everyone when you are posting, right? So I'm going to elaborate more on number 2 specifically, but when you are, I don't know if this analogy even makes sense because nobody's ever told me it didn't, but I'm going to use it anyway. So if you are out fishing, and I'm obviously not the fishing type necessarily, but I'm going to use it. So if you're fishing and you have, 100 fishing rods set up and you cast every line, right? If they all start nibbling at once, are you going to be able to give the proper attention to the lines to bring in 100 fish? I imagine not, right? Unless you had a team of fishermen, that goes a whole nother story. But what you want to do is you need to narrow down the lines that you're casting. So if you are trying to catch a tuna, a sailfish, a marlin, I don't know, all of these different types of fish, it's going to be near impossible if you're putting out one type of bait. So you need to start thinking about the bait that you're putting out there for people to bite, because when you start to speak to one person specifically, the person that's going to connect with your struggles, celebrate your successes with you, all of those things are so important to think about when you're coming up with content of what to share. So you need to narrow down your market in order to figure out who you can help. Okay. The other thing is you need to share your story. You need to think about what it is that you bring to the table. There are, like, I don't know, by this point now, after Let's Get Up, like, I don't know, 1 million coaches in the Beachbody Network, right? And don't think of that as a bad thing, because the cool thing is by sharing where you are going on your journey, by sharing where you've been, all of those things allow certain people to connect with you. And that's exactly what you want. You don't want to connect with someone who has, different values or morals or totally different interests than you, because that's just, you won't connect with that person. Opposites can sometimes attract, but generally you're going to find people who are in the same boat, who are looking to achieve similar goals or work towards similar things. So if you're getting stuck there, this is what we say: use I felt, I found, I feel approach to sharing. So, like before I started, I felt like I didn't belong to anything. I found my tribe and my community, and now I feel like I found my calling, my true passion. So when you are trying to develop some content, you can certainly use that to help figure out what it is that you want to share. And of course, have fun with it. Be yourself. Don't, this is a job. It pays my bills, right? I continue to show up day in and day out because of that. But you have to still enjoy it. You have to have fun. Not every day, not every moment is going to be this joyous celebration, but you still have to appreciate the amazingness of this opportunity. The fact that I do wake up every morning still saying, pinch me, because it can't possibly be true. All right. So, the first thing you need to know the best inside and out as a brand new coach and as a coach who's evolving is your own journey. So think about when you are creating your content, when you're thinking about what can I possibly post about, share about, talk about on stories, think about why did you say yes? Why did you start as a challenger and as a coach? What did you struggle with? What do you still struggle with? And what have you already achieved with your wellness journey? And where are you hoping to still go with your own personal wellness journey? And then as you develop your team or your business as a coach, think about what you've already achieved with this business and what do you hope to achieve? Where do you see yourself, your team, your family going within this business? Okay, so by knowing your journey, it should help to start create some content. So think about little aspects of who you are. And if you have nothing else to share, talk about that. Talk about your struggles as much as you feel comfortable sharing. Talk about the things that you've already seen success with. That's huge. Um, and when you're doing this, when you know your journey inside and out as a coach and as a customer, that's what's going to help you attract the people who are best going to connect with you as a challenger, and then the people who are also going to best connect with you as your future coaches, as your future team. Okay. So you have to develop the person you're speaking to. When you're posting, you should constantly be alternating between speaking to your ideal customer and to your ideal coach. They may start off as the same person, but it's important to speak to them separately. For the longest time, I was not doing this as consistently and as often as I wanted to. And guess what didn't grow? My team. If you don't speak to the coach that you're trying to attract, they're not going to know that they can join you for that opportunity. So if you're posting consistently sweaty selfies, if you're posting consistently your workouts, your nutrition, that's great. You're still going to connect with those people as customers, but you still need to also speak, even as a brand new coach, about inviting people along on the opportunity to develop and create a business alongside of you while you know what you're capable of achieving with this business. So, as a customer, you want to be speaking directly to them. I talk really fast. It's the Jersey in me, guys. So if I go way too fast, just like stop, put a hand up or something. But I'm also going to share these slides. So don't like scramble notes. I share. Okay, sorry. Speak directly to them, address their struggles. What are they fearful of? What are they failing at? And share what they get with you, the value that they get, not only with the packages that they sign up with, but the value that they get in you as a coach, and how you and the value of our package can help them address those pain points. You get the opportunity to be the solution to somebody's problem and somebody's struggles. And that's incredibly powerful. And like how humbling that you get to have the opportunity to be among someone's journey and help them see success for themselves. So this is where you can really think of where you've come from in your own personal journey and like where you are now in your own personal wellness journey. If you're still struggling, and that's okay. I'm like a constant struggle state over here lately, but it's okay because there's always a positive. There's always something to change, something to work on, something else to invite people to. I will digress for just a minute. When I was having some issues recently with like losing weight, being like nervous, I'm not a product of the product because I'm not getting these amazing results. My business kind of froze a little bit with me as far as recruiting new customers because I felt like a fraud. So what did I do? I sat back and I was like, I need to see what is it that I need to go all in and focus on. And I decided it was nutrition. And I decided then, because I needed it, other people might, I'm going to run a nutrition only 90-day group. And I think last month was one of my best months yet, because we all started. And so when you are struggling still with your own journey, think about what you need and know that there are people out there who need it that much more than you do. So invite to that. Change and, adapt to what it is that you need personally. And I guarantee you people will want to join. All right. So that's your customer. When you're speaking to your coach.
Sneak in really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Also think of like, what was it that your coach said or posted about that had a light bulb moment go off for you? Was it something about being a part of a community? Was it being your own boss? Was it, being able to pay for your groceries or a car or the little things, right? Or just having a routine, having a healthy lifestyle. What was it that your coach spoke about that had that light bulb moment go off? Because that should be the thing that then you can talk about, because that's your problem, right? And now you have a solution to that you can then share that same problem, and then that kind of evolution and that ripple effect will keep on going. So don't think you have to come up with like these crazy ideas. Just go back to think of like, what was it for me, and share that.
Yeah, totally. And you can, if you follow coaches on Instagram, don't get caught up in like trying to mimic or do exactly what a top coach does, but definitely follow some of the top coaches and see how they're inviting, see how they're sharing and speaking to the community, to the job, and you can utilize their approach, and make it your own. So when you're speaking to your coach, your avatar coach, you want to be speaking to what the business can do for them. Like Rose was saying, like if it helped you pay for groceries for a week, or covered your rent or mortgage for a month, or if you were able to send your kid to camp this summer because of the paycheck, share that. Of course, always insert disclaimer. There are income disclaimers you must share. We can talk about that later, or if you have questions about that, ask your upline. But you're speaking also to the training that we provide as coaches, to the tools, the resources that the company provides in your back online office. And you're speaking about our community, our tribe that's showing up here on, what night is it? Is it Tuesday? On Tuesday night? I have no idea anymore. But we have a common mission. We have a common theme between all of us. And that's what you want to be sharing and speaking to. Okay, so am I on the right thing? No. Yeah, okay. So to continue with that, I'm again don't write all these down. I will share this with you. But when you're thinking about building your customer avatar, the person that you are attracting, think about where they struggle and speak to those pain points. So if you know that you have a large population of people around you who probably, struggle with nutrition, or eating their kids' food, speak about that and how these programs and plans can help them. Sorry, guys, if my dog starts barking, I'm gonna lose. Hey, kids are asleep. Okay, so then same thing with a coach. You want to think about what their pain points are. What do they need, and speak to that in your content, in what you're writing and sharing. So do they need additional opportunity for the income? Do they need to be a part of a tribe, a team? All of those things. These are all things, like, look how many different posts you can write just from looking at this list of topics to attract certain customers and coaches. So next up, be specific. I know this sounds like a redundant activity for those people who are doing it, but the cool thing is your avatar person is constantly changing and evolving as you change and evolve. So you want to think about who your customer is and who that ideal coach is that you're going to attract. Okay, all of the things. Think about their personality. Are they outgoing? Are they shy? If you're big into the Enneagram thing, numbers, which I'm obviously not, I don't know how you say the word, think about that and try and attract those people. Because if you I mean, like I am like a little bit stubborn and driven, and that's who I want. I want stubborn and driven on my team. Dan, all right, Dan. Dan, my husband, decided to chime in just at that moment. Those are the people that I want to attract, right? So think about who it is, their personality, paint a whole picture. Literally, I even gave you a little activity that if you want to print it out, you can write down and paint a picture of this person that you want as your customer. You know, I want moms who are struggling, who I gave them this toolbox and they took it. And like I just had a mom message me, she's part of my 90-day nutrition. She's down 16 pounds. Like that, it blows my mind that I have the ability to attract these moms who are struggling with their weight, who feel a little bit lost and not sure what to do, and I can give them everything they need to see that kind of success. Like, how insane. Like, that's amazing. So by really clearly painting a picture for yourself of who it is that you're trying to attract, it's going to lead you to what content you should be sharing. Right? That's the whole kind of like theme of this. So I even did one for your coach. So when you start thinking about the team you're trying to develop and grow and reach, think of these things and write to this person every day. Talk to this person like they're your best friend in what it is that you're sharing. Okay, and then some food for thought. You cannot invite until you share. So if you're hoping to like make big bucks with this business, but you haven't posted on Instagram or Facebook or anywhere in a week, sad to say, you need to be consistent. You have to show up even when it gets hard. You have to give them value and you have to showcase what it is that you offer and what's so valuable about joining your team or you as a coach. And as you evolve and change and go through different phases of life and grow, your ideal person may change. So when you think about your personal journey, your story, your struggles, and your personal pain points, that's the content, that's the connection piece. That's the thing that's going to make someone go, I'm having a lot of trouble with this. I feel like I need some help. I'm going to reach out to Jess because she was talking about this too. Right? Or she was able to do this and fix it and get past that. Hopefully I'm going to be writing very soon, get past my plateau of weight loss, right? But you want to use this as a whole picture for who you are and what we offer. And that's what's going to appeal to your ideal customer and your coach. But you have to know who you're speaking to first. Because if you're trying to talk to everyone, you're not going to connect with anyone. All right. So use the felt, feel, found, whatever it is. I can never remember the order thing. That's just an example at the end. But, right now you should be sharing your story overall. You should be sharing, where you came from, where you're going with the business and with your own personal wellness journey. And the biggest piece of his advice, like Rose said, I posted 8 years ago, almost to the day it's July, I think, June. And I've been posting ever since. And if you go to my page, you'll see that. And guess what? There have been very, very hard moments of life. There have been times when I've been like, I just don't feel like showing up, but it's my job. And I take that responsibility and I take that ownership of, if I want to achieve the things that I want to achieve within my business, then you better believe I'm showing up. Stubborn. I told you I'm stubborn, but consistency is like my thing. It's the thing that I know will only allow me to continue growing my business and get it where I want to be and help my coaches do the same. So I hope this was helpful. I think I rambled for a very long time, but yeah, I think you just have to know who it is that you're trying to connect with and share from that perspective and show up and share. And that's it. And if you do that consistently enough, and then you reach out to the people who are engaging with your content and finding the value and seeing that this isn't just something that's a little blip on your radar, then that's when you're going to start to see incredible growth for your business. And if you're brand new, and if this was incredibly overwhelming, the biggest thing I can say is get to know your own journey, why you said yes, and speak to that person that you were when you said yes. That's all I got.
Yeah, Jess. And I really do think like I always say, we're just normal people. Our superpower is just consistency. Like, that's what we do really well. Whatever life throws at us, we show up regardless. Good, bad, ugly, whatever. And Amanda posted in the chat, and I know we've all felt like this, is, posting photos of myself workout videos, photos that make me want to vomit. Like, yeah, that's super scary, uncomfortable. I mean, my first year of coaching, I barely smiled. It was like, I laugh at it now. But I realized, all right, if I want to grow a business on social media, I have to look freaking happy, right? So I better freaking put my smile on and fake it until I make it. And sometimes that's what you got to do, right? Like, you just have to put yourself out there. It's going to be uncomfortable, and I still get uncomfortable um, every single day. And I mean, do I want to do my workout videos every single morning? No. Is it going to grow my business? Yes. So it's just something I do because, like, my life literally depends on it. So you have to almost think of, like, what will that cost you if you don't do it? Like, almost like, think of, like, if, all right, I want to get a new house, or like, I know what Amanda wants to, like, redo her house, right? If that doesn't work for you, of like, what's my goal, then almost do the reverse. Like, if I don't do this, where am I going to end up? Right where I started? Or am I still going to be struggling with whatever problem, issue, 5, 10 years down the road? Sometimes you have to, like, throw that fear. Like, for me, it's almost like fear motivates me, and not revenge, but like, if I tell somebody I'm going to do it and they're like, no, you can't, I'm like, all right, cool, watch me. Like, that fires me up. So you have to almost, like, find what's going to drive you to get uncomfortable. Jess, what was that you posted? Oh, ideas for what to share from.
Yeah, these are just different, like if you're stuck, these are just some like idea, it's like little joggers, like get your thoughts going. If you're ever stuck. Or if you're ever stuck, this is my biggest thing because I'm the worst at it and it's so bad. Go read some personal development, and there will be something in that little piece of personal development that you read that you're like, aha, content. I've got content. So if you're stuck, like, really, the things are all around you of what you can find and where you can find inspiration. Jen, some of the ones that I follow are, oh gosh, what's her name? She just got back from I'm really bad. I can tell you their Instagram handles. Holly Hillier is one, but she's very advanced, so I'd be careful with her because she's like the tippy top coach. And so
her last name, Hilly.
Hilly, yeah, Hillyer. It's Holly_Hillier.
Who's
Is
that one
one.
that reads the books? Because, Jen, I think you might relate to her
Kim
really good.
Fitzpatrick.
No, like, she talks about, like, all the books that she reads that are, like, not like personal development books.
Oh, Sammy.
Yes.
What's her face? Innes. Well, Innes was her maiden name because she's Jamie Innes's little sister.
Was it
Oh,
Sam Sonic?
yes.
Yeah,
She's married.
I'll find her for you on Jen. I'll find her for you, Jen, on Instagram. Blah, blah, blah.
And oh, while we're on, Lisa. Oh, never mind.
I personally, I used to follow a lot of coaches, but then I would compare myself a lot. So you have to, like, ask yourself, if you're looking at other people's stuff and you get too stuck, follow like one or two people that it doesn't, like, suck and drain, like, your energy, or you don't do, like, the comparison game. That's helpful. Don't start following like 20 million other coaches, because you're gonna be like, oh, I'm doing my Beachbody work, and you're just scrolling and not doing anything at that point.
And you know what, Rose, how I feel about that? Like, not only that, but like, I personally don't really follow any of the coaches besides us, because I was always trying to, like, think that we had to do it the way that they do it. So like as a new coach, you might think like I need to kind of do what they're doing. And like Rose just said, you know, they're obviously been they've been coaching for a long time. For inspiration, yeah, you can check things out for sure, but I would just be careful with following a bunch of top coaches.
Yeah,
And
I would choose like 3, right? Like choose 3 or something and just look for like a few minutes. Don't even go down the rabbit hole of trying to find out everyone. Like there's find a personality that you enjoy actually watching from even just a challenger perspective, like someone that you actually do still get value from and not just looking at from the coach comparison. Yeah, short girl fitness.
yeah, that's it, Jen. Short girl fitness. If you scroll back like almost like a year ago, you'll see what she posted, and it had nothing to do with health and fitness. Like she talked about like the different books and stuff she was reading. But it just goes to show like just talk about your life.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be about health and fitness. And if you follow a bazillion coaches, then you get in your own head and you don't have your own creativity. And that's why people get a big following is because they're not copying anybody else. They're just being genuine and being themselves. So sometimes like if you get stuck in your own head, like just be you and don't worry about it, right? Like guys, if you're sitting there like and it's like 8 o'clock at night and you're like, I haven't posted yet, and you're like stressing out, like that's not the point of this. Like that's not fun, right? And it's sometimes like the mental game we play in our head of like stressing out. I'm like, oh my God, what I have to post, like I don't know what to do. I'm such a bad coach. I'm not good at this, right? And then we go down that rabbit hole. I always just tell myself, I'll find something that I'll post about. Like it'll work out. And usually by the end of the day, I find something to post about, right? Like so if I just tell myself like it'll all work out, I'll find something to post about. Parker will do something funny, or I'll get some inspiration from somewhere. It will happen. You just have
Yeah.
to unlock that, switch that mindset.
To piggyback off of that, I used to do this with my first graders, and I've told my teammates this all the time, is I used to have them walk around with a little tiny topic notebook, and I would have them literally stop and jot something that would give them an idea for a story later. So I have an ongoing note section in my phone, and if something comes up, or if I read something or a quote or an idea pops into my head, I go in and I just jot it down. And then I'm able to jar my memory later when I have a moment to actually sit and develop content for a post. And not every post needs to be life altering, right? So there's sometimes when you want to bring value, and then there's sometimes when you could just post like a good meme and just get people to connect and laugh. Like Erica nailed that. If you want to go back and look at Erica Martin's like feed over the last year, she had like a meme day, and they're hysterical and people engage with that, right? So it doesn't always have to be mind shattering content, but you want to make sure that you are occasionally bringing value and allowing that to be like the thing to connect people with who I need help with. I'm going to reach out to Jess, right? Like, so keep a little spot, whether it's on pencil and paper. If you're old school like me, I've advanced to the note section of my phone. So that's what I find works best, but figure out a way to help just make it easier. So that's it.
Any other questions? Next week, I think we'll probably talk about like how to invite, how to have those conversations from your social media posts. I am not the person, I don't get people coming to me, meaning like I don't get people messaging me saying, hey, Rose, I want to join you. I have to go out and invite people. There are some coaches that they get people, and I like from time to time, I do get people that just message me out of the blue, but that's not the chunk of my business. Like I actively have to go and find people. So we'll definitely talk about that next week, but this was definitely where you need to start to then be able to invite people. But honestly, guys, you're the people that you're the closest with, your warm, what we call your warm market, your friends, your family. Those are the people you can talk to and trust. Like the people, like if your car was broken down in the middle of the night, like 3 a.m., who would you call? those are the people that you want to invite first, because you can kind of screw up with them, right? You could be like, I don't know what the freak to say, like freaking join me, right? They might or they might not. Like with my brother, it took him like 5-6 years. So and for some, Jessica's brother, probably never. But like her
Sure.
sisters and mom, like, so you might have the people that you're close with, you might have people that say yes right away, and then you might have some people that are going to always be no people, which is totally fine. But definitely start with your warm market first, the people you know, like, and that trust you already. And then building with your social media and being consistent, that's where we're going to help you then to connect with people that you really don't know yet. And that's how you can have longevity in this business after 8 years and thinking like, oh, well, there's, I don't know how many coaches there are right now. I'll go with like 400,000. There's 400,000 coaches. Like what, like, how am I going to differentiate myself? But you have to look at, there's like millions and billions of people that need this. And you don't need a million bazillion people. You just need a few good people. And you can have a really successful business with this. So, all right, I think we'll end it here. We will see you guys next Tuesday. And know that every morning you can use the same link, same password. I don't know, people are on at, I don't even know what time I'm up. I think 6 a.m. Until like 9 a.m. People are on doing their workouts, doing their beach body work. So come hang out, hop on. It's a lot easier to do it, to be like, holy shit, I don't want to wake up early, to do it when you know other people are going to be on. So feel free, whether you're new, old, whatever, hop on in the mornings. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Thanks, Jess. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. And I lost my mouse again. Mm.